Paul, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm in Rome, so how bad could things be?
That's right. Well, I have to thank you for Spy first.
Oh, grazie.
Because that was an original take on a consumed genre. And I, from my opinion, I mean, being original means being intelligent. So I think you are intelligent.
Thank you.
I think you observe and you listen, and I think that's what it needs to remaking Ghostbusters, for example. What do you think about that?
I agree. I mean, it's why I wanted to reboot it versus do a sequel to it, because I felt I could put an original take on what is a great idea, but was a great idea that was very dependent on the cast, the original cast, being Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson, on top of Rick Moranis and Sigourney, obviously. But being 32 years after the original, I felt like I wanted to do a new math with it, and I wanted to say, let's get, just like they had the funniest people at their day, let's get the funniest people of our day, and let's let them have their own origin story. So in a way, it's our way to, we're not being original by taking a previous film by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the way to put an original spin on it in a way that I could figure out how to do creatively.
Okay. At what point of the process you ask yourself if you're on the right path?
Oh, the entire time. There's never a point when you don't stop asking that, all the way up until you finalize the final edit, and then even through the sound mix. It's, if you don't have that level of scrutiny on yourself and on the project, then you're very much in danger of going off the rails or of not pleasing anyone. Look, I know this movie has been divisive to some segments of fandom, and I understand that, and all I can say is we who worked on the film loved the original movie and sincerely wanted to make a movie that was fun, that brought people, audiences today in a new generation, the level of fun that we had when we first saw the original movie.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do not believe in ghosts, but Katie Dippold, my co-writer, does. And so she was in charge of all the ghost and the spooky stuff. I was in charge of the science part. That's why I actually have a villain who uses science to bring back ghosts. So in a weird way, that's almost Katie and I, our marriage of belief.
Okay. Well, I have to say that the special effects are pretty amazing. So all that stuff was in your minds, or did some visual artists maybe helped you?
Well, everything is a collaboration when I work on things, and I'm not I'm not the guy who sits and sketches detailed things that has to look like this. I go, oh, I want it to look like this. Here's the feel I want for it. But then I have an amazing effects team led by Pete Travers, who's my special effects supervisor, who brought to me the idea of light interactivity, which is, I wanted a lot of my ghosts portrayed by actual actors, so they'd be humanoid, but we still wanted to make them look like ghosts with CG after we had done it, but to shoot with real people in full costumes and makeup. But he was the one that said, in order to make it look realistic, there has to be light coming off of the ghosts and coming off of the proton packs and all that, so that it doesn't look like a cartoon, that it's actually interacting with the environment. And so we did that with these LED light suits that we then painted out with CG. And then I had an amazing team of artists that was headed up by my production designer, Jefferson Sage, and they were designing based on thoughts I had, and even sometimes they'd bring me ideas I didn't think of, these various ghosts and machines and gadgets and everything. So I love the collaborative nature of it, because again, I'm not a guy who says like, I know what it's gonna look like. I'm open to everything.
Okay. And finally, I have to say also that it's nice to see a blonde and stupid character who's not a female.
Well, I mean, women have been stuck in that role for so long that I think the pendulum swings both ways, and we're working our way towards equal opportunity as stupid people on screen.
I was not planning to make this question that I'm about to do.
Please do.
But I loved so much of the movie, and I think this is the real reboot or remake these days for this movie that I would like to know from you. What do you think about remaking Back to the Future at this point?
I think that is the most dangerous if I've already been killed on the internet for doing this. That would literally be, I would not leave this building alive if I said I was going to do that. So maybe we'll leave that one for another filmmaker who is even braver than myself.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy your
so much,
stay.
Scotty. Thank you. Thank you. That's fantastic.